Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Spirit of Grayskull Podcast. This is a He-Man.org podcast that we do every month, where we get together and we talk about relevant topics in the Masters of the Universe world. Joining me tonight, we have Ben Massa and Adam McCombs. How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. We are missing Yuka tonight. He couldn't make it, so we send our love all the way over to Finland for him. Hopefully he'll be here next time. So, but tonight, for tonight's episode, we wanted to talk about all the new toy news that we've seen recently with, the lead up to Toy Fair and then Toy Fair event itself, as well as a few other, I don't know if you'd call them reveals, but discoveries that popped up for some interesting toys. So
absolutely.
Yeah, exciting times.
All right. Well, before we jump into all that stuff, though, let's talk real briefly about this Origins toy that we were just looking at. I'll throw that up on the stage here. Multibot. So he is showing up. He's being delivered. He's out in the wild now.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben sent this picture over to me. Let me grab the name of where you pulled it from. Hold on one second. This is from a guy in one of the many He-Man groups on Facebook. His name is Emilio Rebenga, and I'm probably mispronouncing that, but credit to him for this picture. This is his picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but the reason we wanted to show this real quick is because based on this picture, I don't have the figure in hand, so I haven't been able to do any comparisons with anything, but it looks bigger than the standard Origins figures, like chunkier and wider and taller.
Yeah, and I've seen quite a few posts. People are getting them. I just got mine, but I haven't opened it up yet. But I mean, if you look at this picture side by side with Modulok and Dragster, I mean, he's a full inch and a half taller almost.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's definitely a big scale size difference compared to the Origin sets.
Well, and even his arms and legs look like they're wider.
Right.
Like they look like tree trunks compared to some of the other ones.
Right. they really do. And I don't know if you look at the green version on the far, I guess if you're looking at the picture on the far right side, the green legs look like they articulate the knee joint so that you might be able to, squash them down a little bit to kind of make them the same height, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's just, that's odd. If that is the case. Yeah.
Yeah. Almost looks like he's like classic scale somehow.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I even saw a few comments, people were referring to him almost as like a Masterverse size. I mean, maybe not quite Masterverse, but, more that scale.
Maybe he was supposed to be a Masterverse figure, but they decided to release him as an Origins figure.
I mean, yeah, that could very well be.
I don't know.
I'm looking at like the publicity photos. He does have the lower level of detail that you'd expect for Origins. He doesn't look like he'd fit Masterverse, but yeah, the size difference is weird.
Yeah. What is the box that he comes in? Is it the same size as the Modulok box, or is it bigger?
So yeah, I got him side by side. I can grab him real quick. I got him right here.
Sure.
Hold on one second. So they are absolutely. So I'm going to pull them up side by side here. They are, absolutely the same size.
Okay.
They are, 100%. And the window, I'm going to kind of do this one at a time. You can see how much bigger he looks here in the window versus, Modulok. So I'm trying to center it in my camera there.
Mm-hmm.
And actually see what I'm looking at here.
That's interesting.
Sorry, I'm getting a bad angle. Sorry, guys. But I mean, size-wise, the box are identical. I mean, they are the same box, but you can kind of see them. Maybe it helps if I kind of turn them sideways a little bit. You can kind of see them. They're just slightly just bigger and taller. I mean, so I don't know. It's a weird design choice. I feel like they maybe rushed it, and possibly they just. Because there was really no announcement of this. All of a sudden, it was just boom. It was on Amazon. It wasn't a Mattel Creations. It wasn't your $10 Grayskull membership club. It was boom, everybody was racing to Amazon. And with Amazon, we all know, at least in my experience, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. You just never know with Amazon.
Right.
The one thing I was really worried about was because I've had some Amazon deliveries of toys over the, Origins over the last 5 years. And they put them in a small box. They fold the card bag. They rip it open. They just shove it in there. These came in a mailer box. That was nice. It was like a Creations mailer box.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just odd to me that it's so much bigger. I mean, I love the character. I think it's a cool design. I wish it was shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But that's my Origins news today.
Well, cool. So yeah, I think that we do have a couple other slides that if we have the time, we'll get to it. We can talk about some other Origins figures, some of the latest ones that have come out.
Sure.
But let's jump right into the bulk of what we want to talk about tonight, and that is the Chronicles toy line and the Core Kids toy line. So we'll start with Chronicles here. Overall, what do you guys think of the Chronicles toy line? What are your thoughts?
Adam, take the lead.
So the movie stuff. I mean, the movie stuff is obviously it's going to be very faithful to the movie designs, and that's what we've been seeing with the character likenesses. So a lot of it's going to depend. Like, do you like those movie redesigns? I think most of them I do like. As figures, and we'll probably get into this as we go along. I really like the sculpting on these more than what we've seen recently with Masterverse. I think it's a higher level of quality. Like the articulation is more it's more well integrated. The anatomy looks better to me. The paint detail is, I mean, it's still like you still don't see a lot of the same shading that you would see in like classics like back in the day, but I feel like it's a step up from Masterverse. So I'm happy with that. Some of the movies designs I like better than others, but overall I'm pleased with these.
What about you, Colt? What do you think?
I generally agree with that. I've liked the Masterverse line. I do think the Classics line is, objectively better in terms of sculpting and paint apps and stuff like that. But with these new figures, I mean, the range of articulation it looks so much more improved, with the new bucks and stuff. They've got like the butterfly joints in the shoulders. It's got the different torso that allows for just a wider range of motion. And what we've seen, they look pretty impressive. I'm excited to get them in hand and see how they feel.
I definitely like the Battle Cat for sure. I don't know if I like all of them so far. I mean, I agree with Adam. I like some better than others, but the Battle Cat, from the trailer that we broke down last time, we don't really have a Battle Cat. We see Cringer, but it was nice to kind of see maybe what the armor is going to look like, and I really like this armor. I think it's very reminiscent of the vintage style, but it's very modernized.
Yeah.
And it has that, nice sharp edges, that it's fierce looking.
And it's still recognizably Battle Cat. Like
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Character. Yeah. I think that's the important part with these movie designs.
Yeah.
Is can you tell what character it's supposed to be? And I think with all of them, I think that's the case. We know exactly who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is our first movie Battle Cat because he didn't appear in '87.
Yeah, which is exciting. Yep. So. Yeah, and then there he is as Cringer, and just, here's a good, look at that articulation and stuff. Compared to the Masterverse and even the Origins cats that they've released, this one just looks pretty great.
It definitely has a ton more articulation. I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looks good.
And I like better, I think the Masterverse one, like, if I recall right, like the ankles seemed quite narrow, but we had huge paws, so it looked a little strange to me. That one always did. This one looks much more like
looks more natural.
Big cat anatomy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that they included the glass eyes with this one. They did that with the Panther, the Masterverse Panther release. They gave it the glass eyes. They didn't do it with the Battle Cat figure that came out at the beginning of the line. And that was another thing we saw with Masterverse. You know, we saw a consistent improvement as the line continued from what we were getting at the beginning of the line. So I do like seeing those improvements along the way. And there he is in packaging.
Yeah,
and I love that they continue doing the art. I think that's a big bonus to Master of the Universe figures is the artwork that goes along with it. And
it definitely has that, you know, feel of, you know, Nick Galitzine. I mean, it's not just a generic painted face. I mean, it looks like him from what we've seen, the close-ups.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
Sharp looking package. Yeah, this is one. Evil Lynn, I think she's the most divisive, or I'd say least popular. One of the least popular of the figures. I don't think people have any problems with Allison Brie as Evil Lynn, but I think the face is what people tend to hone in on with this one.
Yeah, and I wonder if it'll look better in hand than these promo shots do, because a lot of times the promo shots don't do the figure justice.
Right.
So hopefully
I like the design of the character. I think the look of the character is good, but that was always my biggest, pet peeve from the first, viewing of it was the face. It just, she's a beautiful woman, and I'm sure she's going to be great as Evil Lynn, but it's like the sculpt on a few of these just don't look quite right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think some, like if they put more color around the eyes, because she just kind of looks like shell shocked or something the way they
yeah. I wish she kind of had like a little sneer or something going on.
Yeah, that would be good too.
But yeah, so I think I agree with that. This is probably my least favorite of what they've shown us. I think He-Man looks pretty great. The face looks great. Looks like Nicholas Galitzine. Yeah, I don't have any issues with the He-Man figure. I think it looks good.
Yeah, I don't either. I think it looks real sharp. I think it's a good likeness of the character or the actor, and it's very nostalgic feeling, but it has a modern take to it with a newer, different style armor. But it's still He-Man's armor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I like about it is the cross symbol on his chest harness is that, I don't know if we have a good picture of it, but it's that translucent plastic.
Yeah, we've seen that. Yeah,
I can't really see it too well, but yeah, it's like that translucent red, which I really like. I think
like a clear resin on top almost.
Yeah, it makes it look like a jewel or something. Yeah. So, and again, there's the packaging, and I like how they have this oriented to where when you have the boxes side by side, you can have like the heroes facing off with the villains, the way that they've got that artwork.
Sure.
And the the layout of the box and everything. I think that's a really cool touch.
Yeah, sharp packaging. And apparently you can open it up really easily, get the figure out if you can put it right back in without damaging anything if you want to put it back on card.
Oh, okay. So it's
a nice feature.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Man at Arms. Again, this is another one that it looks like the character, and I think everything we've seen so far, we know who these characters are.
Yeah.
This
is one of my favorite ones. Idris Elba is an incredible actor. I think he's going to nail Man at Arms. He feels the right person for Man at Arms, in my opinion. I think it's a great likeness of the character. And it's funny, we were talking last month, and they didn't really show a lot of the gold or yellow of Man at Arms armor. In those kind of quick scenes, it looked almost washed out or almost like a silver plate. But this, definitely has more of the gold and green feel, which is, very iconic. Yeah, definitely.
If I could change anything, I'd make the armor a bit more like copper colored, like a little bit more color on that armor, just to make it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know I'm sure it's probably supposed to be worn. He was in exile after Skeletor took over, so I'm sure that's the reason why the armor looks like that. But more color would be great.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. What do you guys think of? I see a lot of people talking about how they wish it kind of had more of that exaggerated asymmetrical aspect to it, kind of like the 2000X series leaned into.
Like the giant armor on the shoulder pads and stuff.
Like the shoulder pad is like really big, and the faceplate on the front is kind of more pronounced.
I mean, I think that worked for 2000X or 200X, however you want to say it. I kind of, this looks more natural, like a human would wear this. Mm-hmm. I think that gigantic shoulder thing that Man-at-Arms has in that 200X line is just, it's cool for a toy, but it's not. It would never be practical if you were a warrior on the field. I don't think.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to kind of this aspect of these are real characters in a real universe, they got to be able to move and they got to be able to fight. And at the end of the day, if you're fighting big monsters, you got to be able to swing that mace. You got to be able to not have something in the way the whole time.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Colt.
I think we're going to say the same thing. I would have liked to see his I guess that mask plate thing on the chest that kind of comes out.
Bever is guard. Yeah.
What's it called?
It's like Bever. I only know this because I did a write up on it. Like it's a medieval armor thing, but Bever is what it's called.
Yeah, and it from what it looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like it's meant for him to like kind of protect his face a little bit, kind of tuck his face down into kind of like a turtle shell.
Hey, I can say this, so at least they got it right. He's got a mustache.
Yeah,
he does have a mustache.
Like mustache.
I'm good with that. That was the funny thing that I think a lot of kids did in the 80s, and I know I did. I took a brown marker and did my Man-at-Arms. I put a mustache because that's how the Filmation cartoon was. Like, why doesn't he have a mustache?
I'm sure there's an article on Battle-Ram blog that explains.
Oh, I'm sure there is. If I go digging
versus non-mustached.
If we only knew somebody that could tell us.
Yeah, no, it's just as simple as he was supposed to be a fatherly figure in the Filmation cartoon, so the mustache made him look a little older. That's why that was there, but it wasn't. He wasn't originally Teela's dad when the toys came out. That idea came out a little bit later.
Yeah, which I like that addition to it. Kind of give He-Man a mentor to kind of help him figure his way.
That makes sense.
So anyway, looks great. Again, packaging is spot on.
Who's the packaging on? Go back one second, Colt. Who's the third picture in? Who's the side? It's a man. Is that Skeletor on it? I'm having a hard time seeing the screen.
Skeletor
on that side edge art.
It is Triclops. Oh, on the edge, that's Skeletor that he's facing.
Skeletor, okay.
I thought you were talking about the cross cell. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant the side art.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You think like they have He-Man versus Skeletor? You think he'd be like versus Beastman or versus one of the other villains?
Yeah,
mix it up a little bit. I think Skeletor looks amazing.
Yeah,
I think
he's probably my favorite. Yeah, of this line so far.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys like the armor that typically we don't have the skull and crossbone kind of thing? Do you guys like not seeing that in this kind of instance, or do you miss that at all?
I think I'd prefer the skull and crossbones just because it's such a cool motif. It's why pirates are cool because they have the skull and crossbones, But I'm okay with it. Again, I know who this character is just looking at him.
Absolutely,
tell it's Skeletor.
Yeah, I would like to see that too, but I think he looks like, I really love his colors. Like they really went down with his colors. A beautiful overall. I like the skull looks great. His havoc staff looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crossbones would have been.
I want to know those first pictures. Is it a cloth cape or is it a molded plastic? What do we think?
It's plastic.
It is.
Saban's video at Toy Fair.
Yeah,
they were kind of showing that off, and it is molded plastic.
Gotcha.
If you zoom in really close on these, I think they're like either they're digital or digitally enhanced somehow. But these definitely aren't like the final figures in these images.
Right.
Yeah, but he looks incredible, and I love the design of this staff for the movie. I like that. It's kind of hard to see here, but like the neck going into the ram skull. I like that curvature that it has to it. It looks really cool and creepy.
Yeah, it does.
And okay, so here's Tila, and I love that they give us an alternate head with Tila, where she has the tiara and her updo hairstyle. I think that's a. I'm glad they did that. Hopefully we get to see her like that in the movie at some point.
If you buy this character, you're throw it on the shelf. How are you gonna? Which head would you use? Would you use the tiara updo, or would you use
the tiara updo?
I mean, it's definitely a cool, iconic look. I agree.
I'd have to see him in person.
Yeah, it's interesting that she has a long rifle.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't pose her with that. I'd probably have her sword.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if she's getting that? And I'm sorry if I don't remember the name of it, but it's like the Cobra staff thing that she does. Is that something that we might see?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, not that we know of. That might be something for a sequel or something.
Yeah,
if they get to that point, but yeah, it looks like she has a pistol, the rifle, and a sword. I think are her.
So that's very reminiscent of the '87 movie. I mean, Teal and Man-Arms both had sidearm pistol. I mean, so did He-Man for that matter.
Yeah, everyone had a pistol.
Right.
Yeah, and she's got all the straps too, like the '87 costume.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it said somewhere I think it was that Empire magazine coverage of the article that they said something about that they changed the costume. They basically gave her pants so that she was a little more modest instead of going with like the leotard design.
Yeah, I which the early stuff was very, especially in the concept, it was kind of it's very Frazetta-esque. And Frazetta showed a lot of skin.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of see, it's that kind of thing is kind of sort of gone out of style, so that they're doing it a little differently here.
Yeah. I don't mind it. It's not the first time we've seen Tila with pants, so I'm okay with it. I think this is probably my second favorite figure that they revealed is Trapjaw. I think he looks great. And again, the colors, like with Skeletor, the colors just pop on him. They look awesome.
Yeah, he's very sharp. He reminds me a lot of the 2000X Trapjaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He definitely
best figures in that line.
I like Trapjaw. Trapjaw's one of my all-time favorite characters anyways, but what little we see in the trailer, I mean, we kind of see more of the back of him. We don't really get to see the front of him, but, I love that they got the hook. The three weapons that came with the hook, the little, I guess you call them a claw, and then the gun. I mean, the gun and the hook were really the iconic pieces in my opinion. You go to the cartoon, you got the fly swatter and all the goofy stuff, or for the comic effect. But I have the Four Horsemen NECA statue of Trapjaw, and he's got the hook, and I love that. I mean, the hook is the iconic part.
Yeah, he's pretty great. I think the other arm attachments, I'm trying to think now. He comes with a sword attachment, and then I think it's a gun.
It's like a big cannon.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like that. I mean, if I'm displaying that, it's the hook all the way for me. I mean, I think the hook is the most iconic look for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well,
just looks scary.
My vintage one always has the hook.
I do too.
Nice. All right, now let's move away from the movie figures and let's talk about this guy.
Yeah.
Right, he looks awesome.
Yeah, smoking cool.
What I like is it looks like the glow in the dark bones. It looks like they're molded a little bit, like there's some molding there. It's not just painted on. They look like they're like there's a 3D element to it where they kind of.
That would be cool.
It looks cool.
What I noticed, what is the green around his head? Is that like an essence of steam or mist?
Like green flame, mystical flame.
Is it flames? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like that. I saw that in the close-up earlier. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And I think that they did that in Revelation with him. He kind of had those green flames that would kind of emanate off him a little bit at times. It's interesting that we see Prince Adam, like a classic-looking Prince Adam, on the side art here.
And Cringer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which A lot of people are like, "Are we getting classic Prince Adam and Cringer soon?"
Mm-hmm. And it leads, I think it just solidifies that idea that this is not a movie figure. This is something different.
Yeah, and one of the things people have pointed out, like the color, like same logo, but the color, it's got gold at the top. It doesn't have the red like the movie figures.
Like the movie, yeah.
So maybe like the non-movie figures, they're gonna get like that gold packaging as opposed to the red and the red. Blue.
And it also doesn't have like the face-off type of artwork, So I think this looks great.
Which side piece are you looking at? It has the Prince Adam. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I guess.
So if you look right here in the middle, you've got the two pictures of the sides.
Yeah.
And the artwork down here at the bottom on the right one, you can see Prince Adam and Cringer hiding there. If you can zoom in on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I do see that now. So okay, yeah, I'm with you. And he's kind of wearing his pink tunic or whatever.
Yeah. The pink with the white undershirt, the pink tunic.
Right. Okay.
The purple tights.
Yep.
So yeah, he looks great. And here's what I really want to talk about, and we've been talking about this in the chat. He's posed here, and I can't remember the guy from Reddit who posted these pictures. Do you remember
I think
name?
Ted or no, Tom something.
Tom something, yeah. But yeah, he's standing here next to the Revelation Masterverse Scareglow, and they look the same size. In fact, the Chronicles version almost looks a little bit taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah, I don't have the Chronicles Scareglow or the Masterverse Scareglow, but I watched Dan's video on this today. He said the Masterverse Scareglow is one of the shorter ones of that line. So maybe that's why these are. But I don't know. I don't know the exact height. I don't know. Is it 6.5? Is it 7 inches?
Yeah.
The heights on Masterverse vary a bit.
Yeah, depending on the character, some of them are a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess what's interesting about this is the movie figures seem to be, I think they said they're the 6.5 inch scale. Whereas Masterverse is generally around the 7-inch scale, give or take. But yeah, for a Chronicles figure, this looks bigger than 6.5 inches.
Yeah.
To me.
And he does also seem, because of course he's not based on a real actor license or likeness, but he is bulkier to my eye than the movie figures too.
Yeah. He looks great though. I'm excited for this figure.
I like him. And the colors pop on him too.
Yeah. And I'm sure those bones do glow. Otherwise, what's the point of a Scareglow figure?
Right. I'm sure they do. It does remind me of like the most recent Mondo Scareglow, where they had similar idea, where they had kind of the sculpted bones over the body.
Okay. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the design of his scythe. Looks really cool too, with like that dragon head kind of wrapping around the top of it.
Yeah, really absolutely.
Yeah, just phenomenal looking figure. And if this is what Chronicles is going to be giving us outside of the movie figures, then I'm really looking forward to see what else they do.
Yeah. I got so excited by this. I was like, for the first time, I was thinking, maybe this is the line that could compete with classics or even do better than classics.
Yeah.
Just because for me, I'm much more satisfied with the anatomy, the articulation, sort of the presentation of this versus Masterverse. This looks much better to
me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely looks a step up from Masterverse. Okay, now we're going to get into the core line. This is Battle Cat for the kids line. This one has battle sound and battle action, like it says here on the box, but they kind of showed it off at Toy Fair, where you push push a button. I think it's one of the spikes on his armor. Push that in, and his mouth opens and he growls and roars and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool, though.
Which is fun. Yeah, that's fun.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I don't know if I'll pick up many of the core figures, just because mainly I don't have space for more He-Man figures, but I still want more He-Man figures. But if I have to pick and choose, I think I'd probably choose Chronicles over the core line.
Yeah.
But I do think they look pretty good.
Yeah,
I like the Battle Cat. I'm a big Battle Cat fan. I think it's been fun since Origins, and then we've had the bear with me, I apologize. The CGI, they had the Battle Cat, which was cool. Then obviously the Masterverse. I think they're cool, and especially you kind of line them up. It's like, oh, they all kind of have their place in the realm of things.
Yeah.
I would definitely get the first one we looked at. I would probably get both of these for the Battle Cats.
Nice. And here's our first look at Beastman. First clear look. We see him briefly in the trailer, but I think this is the best look we've got of him so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty clear shot.
Yeah. But again, easily identifiable as the character. Like, we know exactly who it is. All the important colors and design features kind of carry across with like the medallion and the orange fur, the spikes. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Not a bad looking figure. Definitely got that 2000X thing again with the leg armor, the slightly more muted colors on the fur.
Mm. There's a look at the packaging. It's interesting that they do the power scaling kind of bio on the back. That's always interesting to see show up.
Like you could do like a role playing game with these guys.
Yeah.
Was it kind of like show their strength and their weaknesses, or like their attributes? I guess you would say. Yeah.
Okay. See where they need to level up.
Yeah.
I like the simplicity of these of this packaging. I like the big window box, and I think they look pretty great. And this is the deluxe Skeletor, correct? What did they call that? The battle feature?
Let's see. Something about his Havoc Staff. Let's see, I've got it. Havoc Staff Attack Skeletor.
Yeah.
And this is part of the Chronicles line still, or?
This is the core line.
The core line, I'm sorry.
The 5.5 inch, yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Notably this one, and there's also a He-Man one. It's like a Power Sword / He-Man. They are a little bit more expensive than the standard core lines because they have that extra feature to them. Yeah, I think it's like what, $10 versus $12,
something like that. Yeah, it's like twist and release battle action is what they say.
I wonder if that's spring-loaded hips, kind of the same thing with like a swinging arm, and that's how the motion is, maybe, or if there's a trigger, or.
Yeah, I bet you twist it and it springs back.
Yeah.
And the arm lifts up as it does it.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I mean, I like the little what do you call that? Like the purple smoke or whatever it's coming out.
Yeah, like that elemental
kind of. Yeah.
Effect. Yeah.
I think those appeared in some of the Stranger Things sets as flame effects. I forget who had it, but I think that's where those came from.
Let me hold on 1 second. It came with the Demogorgon. Let me grab that real quick. We'll compare it.
Yeah, the Demogorgon, that was with He-Man, wasn't it? That was the 2 set?
I think so.
Yeah, the Demogorgon. I think he came with He-Man. Let's see here.
Yeah, very close.
Same idea.
Okay, same, not exactly the same skull.
Not the same mold, and I think it's also similar to the second Donatello figure in the Turtles of Grayskull. He had some flame effects that would attach to his bow staff.
That's right.
But yeah, they just kind of clip on So I'm sure that's what this one will do. They clip on and clip off really easy. You can see that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's
Pretty
what
cool.
this will consist of. It's always fun. All right, now here's the standard He-Man. And again, I mean, he looks pretty good. The face looks like the actor. Not as detailed as the Chronicles, obviously, but still looks good.
Yeah.
And a lot of these ones you said are like $10, give or take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the official the paperwork that Mattel sent me that had like all the details on it, it said they were $10.79, if I remember right. But then at Toy Fair they kept saying that they were $9.99. So I'm not sure. I guess I'll take what they said at Toy Fair because that's the newest information we have.
Right.
So yeah, around $10.
If I could see, like, if you're, I know these are, for kids, but if you were just like a fan who didn't have a lot of space and you just wanted a couple of movie figures on a little spot on the shelf, just grab your He-Man and Skeletor from this line and call it done, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what are the size on these ones? Are these 5.5?
Yeah, these are
5.5.
5.5.
Okay.
And I think Pixel Dan said in one of his videos, one of his recent videos, that they're not Origins figures, and they don't have that pop apart part swapping feature.
Yeah, and they're muscle. They're muscled, but they're not as muscled as Origins, so they don't have that stocky He-Man look like the classic vintage He-Man look, where they're just so bulky. They're a little more realistic, so they look smaller even if they're the same height.
Gotcha.
And then this is from the back of one of the boxes. This is kind of the first good look we get at Mech and Neck. The one on the left is for the core figure. The one on the right is the 2000X figure for comparison, which it looks like it takes a lot of inspiration from.
Yeah, it definitely does. I like the chest armor is pretty cool. It's very reminiscent of the nostalgic one, but it is very different. But you still get the same core concept.
Yeah. Kind of like with Man at Arms, they've shrunk that stuff. They don't want anything covering the face. They've shrunk it all down.
Yeah.
I wonder how they'll do his neck feature, if it'll be, because on the Origins figures it was an attachment.
Right.
It was basically like a little plug and play thing that you pop the head on.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll do something similar with this, or if it actually you can retract it and stuff.
I would imagine it would be an attachment, although I don't know. I mean, because if they make it an action feature that might cost more, but would people pay more for a character like Mech and Neck? I don't know.
Yeah.
I would rather see, instead of the vintage, of course, twist the hips and he's his shoulders turn and his head goes up. 2000X the same way, but I would like to see more like a Rattler spring load that just pops up.
Yeah.
Where his body doesn't have to turn, his head can still be up fully all the way. I don't know if they are going to do something like that, but I mean that's what I would like to see if I had my way around it.
And one thing to consider, this is all, because this is just from the back of one of the packages. We don't know if this is the standard core figure or if this might be another deluxe figure like the He-Man and Skeletor, where he might have that extra feature.
They could. I guess it would be cheap enough if you just pulled it manually up. They could do it that way, and he could have that feature without it costing them too much to implement.
Just a hollow chest core, and then just pops up and out.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But it's always attached. It just depends on what level you put it at.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense.
Okay. Now here's that Power Sword / He-Man with a shield.
It's pretty cool looking. The shield looks like it's got tiger claws on it.
Yeah. Looks like Beastman or someone took a swipe at him.
Yeah.
It's interesting that the shield doesn't kind of have the classic design. It looks more like just kind of a generic spike shield.
It does. But then I think on the on the Battle Cat packaging or the artwork, he had the classic shield.
It was on the what was that? Let me go back real quick. It was either on that or on the art book cover that they released. I think it's the toy packaging though. I think you're right.
Yeah, the Battle Cat toy packaging. He does have that. Yeah, right there. The there.
Yeah.
It's hard to see on this, but yeah.
Yeah, he's got the classic red and silver shield.
And that's the Battle Cat. Which Battle Cat was that?
This is the core.
Yeah.
Core line Battle Cat.
The kids line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually on the org at the same time. I'm on my phone for the podcast, but I just wanted to pull up the pictures so I could see it a little better. But yeah, I see what you're saying with that core shield. Yeah, it definitely has the core shield. I mean, that's cool. I like that. I mean, and they may do more of a core thing on some characters versus others.
So yeah, again, he looks cool. He's got that clip-on attachment.
He kind of looks like the Ice Armor He-Man.
It's kind of has that same coloring to it, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like lightning or some kind of power, but it does look, because it's bluish, it looks more like ice. Yeah.
Yeah. I do like the lightning paint on the sword. I kind of hope that sword's a little translucent. That'd be cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. And here we have the Roton. This looked like a pretty cool toy based on what we saw at Toy Fair. Again, Pixel Dan in his video showed out kind of the feature of it where like the blades spin, but then when you kind of turn it to the side, the seat in the center stays put and the rings flip down so that they're horizontal. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. The action features looks cool. For me, like the reason to get this would be the action feature, but I probably wouldn't get it realistically just because it would be huge on the shelf. I wouldn't know.
Exactly. It'd be fun to play with, but where are you going to put it?
Right.
Right.
Okay, and then this is the standard Skeletor for the core line. And again,
he looks good.
He looks good.
Yeah,
good
I think he looks really good. Even for a lower model toy, I mean, I think they did a great job on this and a lot of detail.
Mm.
This is one of those where, like, even though I'm not planning to buy the kids line, if I saw it at Target for $10, it might fall into the cart, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, it's one of those things where you say you're not going to buy it until you see it in person.
Like, I got to get it now. They only got 2. I got to get it.
Right.
Which is a testament to what Mattel's doing with these toys. You know, I think before all of these reveals came out, I think everybody was just kind of assuming that we'd get Origins or Masterverse versions of the movie figures, right?
And not a separate line or a couple separate lines.
Yeah, not 2 new lines, which it's pretty ambitious, I think.
Yeah. I agree with you there.
That's pretty cool.
And here's the Skell Knight. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Skell Knight. These guys look cool. I think these will be fun to pick up. I do hope they make a Chronicles version, just for that extra detail and articulation. But again, like you said, this is one of those ones that would probably end up in the shopping cart if I saw it.
Yeah, this is a cool piece. I like the chest armor. I like the face mask, the whatever style that kind of rustic mask is. I think it's cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the level of detail here, again, for a $10 figure, pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All around, I'm pretty impressed by everything we've seen so far. Tila looks good. Again, she's got her blaster and her sword.
I think for a few of these, like for He-Man in this core line and for Tila, there's been a couple of different images with different faces. Like I I think that we've seen some early stuff and some later versions. I think this is maybe like a later version of her face because I've seen other versions that didn't look quite as good. This looks pretty good.
And they could be still doing test shots, just throwing images out and see what people are saying to see which one they're going to go with too. I mean, it's possible it's just kind of a soft market research.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I do like on the picture on the right. I like how the paint apps look. Like they kind of have that glossy. Like for the gold accents, it looks metallic, and then the white kind of has that pearlescent.
Yeah.
Look to it. It looks really good. Here's another in package. And again, we see, on the back of the package, the heroes versus the villains. The heroes have the kind of the orangish gold Castle Grayskull background, whereas the villains have the purple Snake Mountain background.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's always, it's fun to see those little details.
So what do we know about any of these characters? Are they going to be reminiscent of mini comics? Is there going to be anything like that in any of these that we've seen?
Not that I don't think there's going to be any mini comics with these.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't look like there's any packed in there in this picture.
In the packaging, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I do like the kind of the character art on the front, the kind of over the plastic blister.
So are these blisters, it looks like from this picture, these blisters are glued just right to the cardboard, I'm assuming the back.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, got to rip them open.
Yeah, you got to tear it apart to enjoy it.
Okay, now we get into the role play toys. We've got a power sword with electronic components, so it makes sound. Probably similar. I have the CGI cartoon sword role play toy, and it, you press a button and it makes different sounds, and then you swing it and it makes swooshing sounds and stuff, and battle clang sounds.
I think this is very reminiscent of Mattel. They've done this in every one of their He-Man lines. They've come out with some sort of role-playing sword. Or even, there's a couple even Skeletor, like Havoc staff sort of things. I think that the New Avengers had a Skeletor one that might have been sort of like a Havoc staff sort of version. I think these are cool. I think this is a really cool feature that they're doing this because it's very reminiscent and nostalgic for the old guys like us. But kids gonna see this, go, that's cool. I want He-Man sword, or I want Skeletor's mask. It talks.
Well, and these are the things that they're aimed at kids, but adult collectors are going to pick them up too because they're cool looking.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, and hopefully, with this kid line, they really, I would like to see some of these turn into peg warmers so that way kids can get to them. Kind of like the Origins where we, the early days of the Origins, it was like a turkey hunt. You had to just get whatever you can get, and you scramble from 20 different stores in your area, and you had 200 other guys in the same area doing the same thing. And I would like to be able to go to Walmart, Target, the grocery store, and see these on the shelf for 6 months.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the fun part, to see these things in stores and on the shelves. It's one thing to buy them online, which we've had to do with a lot of the Masterverse and Origin stuff, just because different stores don't carry them,
or you just can't find them period anymore. So a lot of them quit. There's Targets and Walmarts that just end up quit carrying stuff for a while.
Mm-hmm. So I hope they're readily available, because that's part of the fun, is seeing them.
And I think it'll be fun for the kids if we want to get a new generation of youngsters that are excited about this IP. Mattel's obviously dumping a ton of money into this movie. They're merchandise and marketing. You got to expect that your turnout is hopefully going to be a bunch of kids going, I want this, go get me this, it's Christmas time, I want this from Santa, and hopefully that's what you're gonna see a lot of stuff flood the market, and I think we will.
I hope so. The Skeletor, he's got he's got 6 movie phrases and 4 different laughs, so that should be fun. I'm sure.
And the jaw is movable too, correct?
Looks like
I'm excited to see people get their hands on these and do custom paint jobs for it to kind of give it the green and yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
That'll be fun to see.
Do we have a price point on these things? These two role play toys?
We do. Do you have the paperwork in front of you?
I can find it. Sorry, just scroll through our news archive.
I believe they're like around 30.
Okay.
Something like that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think that's worth it if you're, some of these things are going to be a little bit more expensive naturally just because of what they are.
Sure. But yeah, the level of detail on them is really cool. Even the sword, it even has the those Eternian runes right there at the hilt.
So the mask should be $21.50, and then the sword is like more like $43.
Like 43.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for that price, I'd imagine it's a pretty durable sword.
Yeah. Well, it's the electronics is what it gets you on this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a big mold, but you figure what did you say, Adam? Does you swing it, it makes noises, or there's a trigger on it or something?
Yeah. Actually, it's got phrases, sounds, and lights. So it's got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so it's definitely price point right for $43. If it has all those features.
And there's
a slight
also
comparison. Go ahead, Adam.
It vibrates too if you hit something with it, so it gives you like a little
that feedback,
tactile feedback.
So when you knock your brother in the head, it'll vibrate.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So I got, just to kind of give people an idea of what it'll be like. This is the CGI roleplay sword that they came out with.
Yeah.
And it's got this button on the front. So
that's cool. I never even saw that.
Cool.
Yeah, and then it's got more phrases than that, but the batteries are kind of running out on it. Yeah, there we go.
That's cool. I just found a power sword that they were going to come out with at the very end of the original line. It's like this red power sword. They didn't. I don't think they made it, but it was. I think they dropped it to make the new Adventures sword, which came out like a year later. But I'm going to post it tomorrow.
That'd be cool. I can see that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do a Havoc staff as well.
I bet they will.
I imagine too. Yeah. Okay. And that brings us to the Gold Skeletor. Now this was somebody found this at Walmart, I believe.
Yeah, it was at Walmart.
Is that the story?
Yes. Found at Walmart. I think Discovering Pandora on Instagram was the guy.
Yeah, that's right.
He found it randomly at Walmart in Arizona, just sitting there on the shelf.
Wow.
And it's a core figure. It's the kids line, but it did have different. We don't have a picture of the packaging, but it had that same thing where it had the black logo, right, instead of the red.
Yep, the black and gold basically is what the packaging was.
Mm-hmm. And then
kind of reminds me a little bit of the Disco Skeletor.
Definitely.
200X.
Yep, definitely has that vibe to it.
I love the gold though. I think the gold's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little touch. It's fun. And then the back of the package was interesting because it didn't have any cross-sell information on it. It's just that artwork that Axel Jimenez did, which was a recreation of the Alcala artwork from the mini comics.
Yeah, it was basically one scene from He-Man and the Power Sword where Skeletor first is going in. He's just entered Castle Grayskull.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it's kind of Alfredo Alcala inspired, but with a lot more gold. It's like Goldfinger meets early mini comics or something.
Yeah.
I really like the head sculpt on this figure. It's that Alcala style design to
Yeah,
where
it really is.
Creepier, and it looks really good. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
So
I would pick this up just to kind of repaint. Like I would take the gold back, like make it more classic looking, just kind of repaint some of that and have myself a nice mini comic Skeletor.
Yeah. And he's got the classic crossbones on his armor.
He does have that.
Style armor. So, but yeah,
real quick on this Skeletor, I'm just curious. Was there and maybe I'm just thinking of the Disco Skeletor. Did that have a gold Havoc staff? Do you remember, guys?
I've got one on my shelf. It's behind some stuff. I can't see it right now. I don't think it did.
No.
I feel like we've seen a gold Havoc staff at some point along the lines.
No, he did have gold, but it was also the head was orange and purple.
Okay.
And then Disco Skeletor, like his arms and legs are black too.
Yeah. And like his chest is like a metallic blue.
My 200s haven't been out for like 15 years. They've been packed away for a long time. So I don't remember. I have them. I know I do. All unopened, but I don't remember exactly the looks of every one of them.
The staff, I just looked at the one on my shelf, and the staff, the head of the Havoc skull is orange, and the horns are purple, and then the staff itself is gold.
Yeah. So I guess you could. You could make this into Disco Skeletor too if you want.
You really could, yeah.
Add some random colors.
Yeah. That's good. These are cool though, guys. I mean, I'm excited about all these lines. I think it has potential. I mean, I think if the movie does as good as we all hope it will, I think you're going to see a lot more of these new characters.
I think so too.
I really think that we're going to see, hopefully we'll get, 3 or 4 or 5 waves of these things. I think that'd be cool. Especially for the new generation.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about the movie stuff. I also hope that this gold Skeletor is an indication that we'll also get some other one-off characters kind of in an interesting, with these interesting color palettes and design choices. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Absolutely.
My guess is we'll get like a full line of non-movie figures for both Chronicles and Core. That's my prediction. Yeah.
Well, I would imagine that they wouldn't start 2 new toy lines if they didn't have plans for longevity.
Right.
To go beyond the movie once the movie has had its run. Obviously they're going to focus on the movie right now, but I think common sense tells me that they have plans beyond the movie. So,
there might be some
to last.
Easter eggs too that hint towards future, a sequel, or there could be that, end credit scene or something, or that triggers, something like, oh my gosh, we got the Snake Men coming, or we got Horde coming, or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Obviously we would love to see all that. I think, especially live action, it'd be great to see a Hordak or a King Hiss and those characters associated with that.
I'd be down.
Yep. Give us as many as they can.
Yeah, let's pump them out. Let's have that 3 or 4 movies. Marvel's done 47 of them. We can get 5.
That's the hope. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's kind of our thoughts on these new toy lines and what's been announced so far. Stay tuned to He-Man.org for any updates or news that we'll post there as it comes out. We'll stay on top of that. So hopefully we'll see and learn more in the coming months before the movie releases.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've got events coming up in March. Mattel's going to probably reveal some more stuff. And then in April, I think we'll get more reveals. So should be exciting times ahead.
And these are supposed to hit shelves, the Core line and I think the Chronicles movie line are supposed to hit shelves in April. I think that's what.
Yeah, should be
Mid-April.
April 25th. I believe
25th.
is the date.
Yeah, that sounds right. So
we'll be ready to go grab them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway,
cool, guys.
Well, thanks for joining.
Cool.
As always, check out He-Man.org for the latest news on all things Masters of the Universe. And it's been fun chatting with you guys again.
Yeah.
So
Thanks,
you as
guys.
well, my friend. Well,
yeah.
good journey,
See you
boys.
next time. Good journey.
Good journey.